Hi, I'm AJ Freed, and this pandemic has affected so many people across the country.
And I'm Michele Spiller, and I appreciate people making donations for a good cause. Good morning, Mepham. Today's day 46 of the coronavirus quarantine. Please rise and join us for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Week 7 of quarantine is wrapping up, and there's still a lot of concern about whether school will be closed for the rest of the year or whether it will be reopening. Governor Cuomo is reportedly to make this decision in the next coming days.
Even if schools are closed for the rest of the school year, seniors will still be on their way to college in the fall. Tonight at 8:20 p.m., Section 8 would like you to light up the night. You can show your support for the class of 2020 senior athletes by staying home and flickering your front door lights. In addition, seniors will line up later today around the Mepham parking lot in order to show off what college or university they will be attending in the fall. For this week's Around Campus, Casey Fahrer sat down with Senior Angelo Vergatos to discuss the journey leaving high school and entering college.
Hi, I'm Casey Fahrer, and in this week's Around Campus, I have Mepham Senior Angelo Vergatos. How are you doing today, Angelo?
Doing pretty good, Casey. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So obviously, with you being a senior in high school, leaving for college in just a short few months, what do you expect your journey to be like?
I mean, I'm kind of experiencing like a whole range of emotions with it. You know, I'm excited that I'm going to be in a new environment. I'm nervous that I'm not really going to be around my friends or my family. And I'm hopeful that everything's going to turn out well and that I'm going to have a good time going upstate for school.
Okay, and what kind of changes do you mainly expect for when you leave to college, good or bad?
I mean, I'm really going to have to kind of focus on being more self-sufficient and staying on top of what I need to do as a student, like my responsibilities and everything. And, you know, it's a new environment, chances to meet new people, explore a new place. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to with that.
And what will you miss most about your high school experience, you would say?
Definitely the people, you know, my teachers, my friends that I've made over the last 4 years of high school, even like my family who really isn't a part of the school, but, you know, it's Bellmore's like my home, you know, it makes me, this is my home, and leaving home can be a little rough sometimes, but, you know, hopefully everything's going to turn out okay.
Yeah, it's a part of life, just leaving.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you again for being on this week's Around Campus, Angelo. Now back to Michele and AJ.
Thanks, Casey. Last week, we featured a story by Rocco Law, who dove down into how this pandemic is affecting the local community, educationally and economically. Now let's take a second look. Let's see how this pandemic is affecting the medical profession, education, and everyday life. Here's JP Garcia Gonzalez.
COVID-19, more commonly known as the coronavirus, has become an increasingly problematic pandemic across the globe, directly impacting individuals of all age groups. And while many doctors have closed their offices due to safety concerns, they have introduced a new form of treatment that relies on virtual online platforms.
Well, we decided to use this online form because we want to have patients have access to me. They're scared, they have questions, and we want to mainly keep them separated if we think they have possibility of having the coronavirus.
But the medical community is not the only one that has had to readjust. Students in the community as well have had to adapt to online learning platforms to continue their education.
School has made a pretty smooth transition from regular school to online school. We're using an app called Zoom. It's an application where you can do video communications in class. Therefore, our teachers can show us their PowerPoint, we learn in class, and then they assign homework through a different application called Shobi, which they then put in a due date and we submit it on time, and that is basically our day.
And after students and parents finish a long day of work, one way for them to blow off some steam is with virtual workouts.
So I am following my gym virtually. They do virtual classes. This morning they had like a strength and core training class. And then I'm also getting routines from Pinterest, for example, and doing them like 3 times.
For CCNN Live, I'm JP Garcia Gonzalez reporting.
This pandemic has affected all parts of life, but there is some good coming out of this effort. With people in need, others have stepped up in order to help give back. BMB's Jake Winckelmann shows us how some people have been giving back during the coronavirus pandemic.
During this hard time in the world, people are showing their best sides of them. Within the Bellmore-Merrick community, people are donating and creating gifts and items for people in need. One Mepham teacher, Ms. Feldman, has created a fundraiser in order to deliver coffee to essential workers.
Well, basically, what my friend and I wanted to do was give back in a way that, could give people either just a smile or a boost of energy. And I have so many friends that are first responders, work in precincts, fire departments, hospitals, that, I felt that with my free time, my extra time, I really wanted to do something. And that was just, bring a box of Joe to different essential workers and people that are, still having to go to work. We have a GoFundMe. If you just type in, GoFundMe, the fundraiser is called Coffee for Heroes. As of right now, we have about $1,200 in the GoFundMe. And we've already spent about $1,000 actually, and we have 15 more rooms set up for the next 5 days. So we're kind of like hoping that we have, and we've already, because we have to set it up with the hospitals and stuff. So the intake's already set, so we're just hoping we can get some extra money.
Alongside Ms. Feldman, a student at Merrick Avenue has started her own bracelet making business. All the money that she is raising will be donated to the Red Cross.
The story of how this started was I was watching, how they've been having like these concerts online and everybody's been like performing for them?
Right.
So I saw one of those and I was like, well, I want to help out too. I want to give back to my community and see what I could do during this time. And I was making friendship bracelets for my friends. And I was like, well, my friends like these, so what if I make them and sell them to people to help out? Just buy bracelets and stay home.
All right.
Flatten the curve.
Yes, flatten the curve. With all these people doing their part in helping out the community, it really warms the heart. Be sure to go see what you can do to do your part in helping everyone stay safe during the quarantine. For BMB, I'm Jake Winckelmann.
Giving back is always a good story to follow. And speaking of good stories, the BMB YouTube page is full of them. From coronavirus reports to midweek update episodes, they're all enjoyable, so go check them out.
And if you would like to be on the always fun Mano on the Street, you can send an email to bmbroadcasting@bmchsd.org or send us a message on the BMB Instagram.
We have gone over multiple times how the coronavirus affects people in our community, but never like this before. Hannah Broxmeyer goes in depth with math teacher at Grand Avenue Middle School, Miss Motley, about how this virus affected her and now what they could do about it.
COVID-19 has rocked the world, but only so many people have actually been affected with the coronavirus. Miss Motley, a Grand Avenue math teacher, is one of those survivors of the virus.
The Wednesday after, so the 18th, 19th, I got a bad headache, and it started with a bad headache. Then the body ache came, and then the exhaustion came, and my husband had it at the exact same time, and we both were going through the same symptoms. He had a much higher fever than I did. My fever stayed around 99. His went up to 103. He had a worse cough than I had, but I had a really bad headache and no appetite.
After her spat with the virus, Motley was amazed with the kindness that she received from others.
I was so grateful that my co-teachers stepped up and the other math teachers took over my classes. The kids never missed a day of instruction. And I was so grateful to everybody who helped me out dropping off food in my neighborhood and going food shopping for me. And I just love this community. And I just felt people were doing for me for so long, it was time for me to try and give back.
She decided she had to get involved. Luckily, her son was there with an option.
My son happens to be a MD PhD student, and he's currently in his last year getting his PhD in infectious diseases. So I reached out to him and asked, and it just so happens that Stony Brook, where he goes to school, their infectious disease researchers are the only ones right now in all of the United States who are doing a double-blind study to find out if plasma enriched with antibodies is actually beneficial.
Ms. Motley immediately took that opportunity and filled out an application. Later that night, she got a call.
Filled out the application. That night, they called me and did an additional screening. It has to be at least a week after your symptoms are gone. Since I've been doing that, they realize now that you really need to wait about 20 days after your last symptom is gone to be totally free of live and dead viruses, still in your system. So I was able to give today, actually.
Even with her efforts, Miss Motley still wanted to spread the word of the study so more people can get involved and help others. If you have recovered from the coronavirus, please look into donating your blood at www.stonybrookmedicine.edu. For BMB, I'm Hannah Broxmeyer.
Getting outside and enjoying the fresh spring air is always a good idea, as long as you social distance. Here's Ava Scheffler with your weekend weather.
Hello, BMCHSD. I'm Ava Scheffler, cooking up a storm here with your weekend forecast. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news as this next week of quarantine rolls in, but we're not going to have the best weather, with the exception of Saturday. Friday, there's supposed to be a high of 66 degrees, and it's going to get colder throughout the day, with the lowest being about 54 degrees. It's going to be partly sunny, with some showers here and there, but not too many, so it shouldn't ruin the entire day. Saturday is supposed to be a high of 68 degrees, a low of 53 degrees, and it's supposed to be sunny and beautiful all day. So get outside, practice social distancing, but just have a good day. And it gets sadder with Sunday, with a cloudy, rainy day with a high of 63 degrees, a low of 56 degrees, and it's just going to be humid and gross all day. So maybe that's the day to come up with a board game. My family's been doing Quarantine Olympics. That's fun. Just come up with games with your families, hang out at home, and stay healthy. See you next week on the weather. My phone went off. Are you kidding me? Who is it? I wonder who it is. It is my sister asking me if I want Sonic. So on that note, I'm going to sum it up. Goodbye, guys.
Thanks, Ava. And remember that going outside and enjoying the sunshine is quite alright, as long as you take the necessary safety precautions.
And now for your quote of the week. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop.
These have been the BMB Morning Announcements for Friday, May 1st.
Have a great day, Mepham.